Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome back to what is probably going to be our last and final Kingdom Hearts stream. Kind of. What is this BGM? Is this my normal BGM? I'm honestly not sure. We'll roll with it. Last time, as in yesterday, I guess, we beat the final Kingdom Hearts game that I personally have the want to play, which was 3. We beat 3. We did the DLC, which made us beat the entirety of 3 again. And then I got told there's a limit break mode or something that had extra like 10 minutes of cutscenes. But then it would take me like another 20 hours. And I was just like, you know what? Let's just roll it all into one. That way I don't have to slam my head against a wall again and again. That last boss fight of yesterday took us an extra 2 hours. 2 hours? No. It took us like 2.5 hours of banging your head against a wall, trying to figure out how to even survive the same 5-second segment. That was crazy. Eventually we did it. And that's why I'm concluding our journey. I'm not doing any of the secret bosses. I know there's lore bits and bobs. We're not doing that. But before we move on to our tier list, I figured it would be a good idea to give the stuff we did miss an honest review. Just a little bit. So on YouTube, I have found 3 playlists of videos of all the stuff we have supposedly missed. We have found all the Dark Road cutscenes. We found all of the limited episode cutscenes from 3 that we're not doing. I also found the Melody of Memory cutscenes. So we're gonna watch those, and then we'll do a tier list of what we think about each of the different Kingdom Hearts games. And it's gonna be interesting. We're gonna judge them based off of like a couple things. We'll get to that when we get to the tier list. I'm still thinking about it, to be honest. It's gonna be mostly emotional. English, would you like to come back? No? Oh, well, that's fine then. It's going to be quite a bit emotionally driven, but you know what? It'll be fun. Maybe, possibly. God help me. But let's start with the cutscenes we missed, yeah? Let's start with the cutscenes we missed. I know we just had this conversation about yesterday, how I really just don't like doing watch-along content. But this time is different, so this is our final stream. It's a little bit different. And because we're not doing it in-game, we'll actually be able to like pause it and comment over it and stuff. So you know what? Bet. Let's move into it, I think. Once I remember where everything is. Yeah. So the first thing we were gonna watch, we were quote unquote going to watch, was what is this? Kingdom Hearts Dark Road cutscenes. But then I found an issue with all the cutscenes in Dark Road. 5 almost 6 hours long. Almost 6 hours long. So let's just make the executive decision that Dark Road no longer exists to us. Dark Road does not exist. It never happened. We don't care about Lord Voldemort's plans. What was his name again? Zagreus. Xehanort. We don't care about Xehanort. We don't care about his back history. Let's just all collectively agree it was flushing out a character without actually adding anything to a plot. That's the take I'm going to give, that this is just a fun little game. I don't even know what is the graphics of this game? Hold on, I'm curious. What do the graphics of this game even look like? Oh, so it's the same kind of graphics that X-Union kind of had. Something like that. Either way, we're not gonna watch this. It's too dang long. Maybe I'll watch it in my own time. Maybe not. Who knows? Good to see a friendly face. Trying to whip 11s is a special kind of hell. Oh, I know that feeling all too well. The number of times I've tried doing something on my PC and it just goes completely off the wires. Oh, I want to install a new PCIe card. Well, you see, you wiped your old one, and not only that, we're partitioning into 7 sections. Also, we're installing a 3rd copy of Windows on your computer because you seem like the kind of person who needs it. Did I ask you? It's not a fun time. I hate technology. I love it, but I hate it. So we're not going to do Dark Road. We're not doing Dark Road whatsoever. Which one of these is Xehanort? That's Xehanort. That's Eriquist. That's all you need to know. We're going to jump straight into, what is this? The Limit Cut episode. And I guess the secret episode. I guess there was multiple episodes that we just aren't doing in 3 because it requires far more skill than we are capable of, given the fact that it is, what would you call it? We are on critical difficulty. The last boss took us 2.5 hours, and this is supposedly harder than those bosses. I'm good. Thank you. I am good. So we're just going to watch this. It's not that long. It's 16 minutes. I'd rather not waste 20 hours just for a 60-minute cutscene. So we're going to watch it, and hopefully audio comes through. I think I set it up so audio should come through. If it doesn't, then my bad. I don't know why audio, every resolution is bad. Look, it's fire. Oh yeah, we're watching someone else's video. Credits of this video go to Little Playground. I don't know what they do, but this is the first video I found, so I am rolling with it. Also these guys. It does look like the audio's coming through. It might be a little loud though. Hey, that sounds like Mickey music. Hey, it's Riku. Hey, buddy, what's going on? And Terra? Oh, that's not Pear. Is he getting his market mastery exam from Terra? But Terra never was a master, right?
Well, look at you.
Thanks. I finally fulfilled my promise to you.
Promise?
You did. Now there's nothing left for me to teach you.
Promise?
You're a true Keyblade master. Not to mention a great leader to those around you. You've even found the strength to save your friends.
But I thought I was the one that saved it. Oh, but we're dead. Right, Sora disappeared into the void.
The very fact that you were able to make your way here proves just how strong you are.
I think the extra secret bosses were supposed to play as Riku. That'd be my guess.
Well, that's the reason?
You expected more?
Yes.
To be honest, yes. They're not. Oh, look, it's Aqua and Ben.
Hey, you two. What's so funny?
It's a secret.
Aw, come on, tell me.
If you think about it, Ben isn't actually 14. He's actually 24 now. It's been 10 years since he was born.
But don't worry. I'm not alone this time.
Wait, what are they doing? Are they sealing this area up for a 3rd time? 2nd time? Are they sealing it up again? Never to come back again. Keyblade. Oh, Aqua got her Keyblade back. Oh, that's cool. It didn't get shattered, or they repaired it. One of the two. Wait, where are they going? What? Where are they going? Oh, they still have their power armor? Bruh. Where are they going? What are they doing? What? Why do I have more questions than answers? What is happening?
Good luck.
I don't have answer. What is going on? What's happening? Oh, 1 year later. Okay. They went somewhere a year later. What happened? This is Radiant Garden, yeah? I think so. It looks like Radiant Garden. Yeah, that's Merlin's house. Hi. Oh, they brought back the Final Fantasy crew.
But if we still remember him,
more questions and answers to true hallmark in Kingdom Hearts.
Yes, that would stand to reason.
Oh, you're so right.
But we've been searching everywhere for Sora, and we haven't found a single clue. If he's really out there, don't you think we would have found something by now? So,
Sid's been looking into the...
Pause. So reminder, Sora's in the secret ending, not the secret ending, in the DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3. Sora, well, in the original, Sora beat Xehanort. Xehanort beat Xehanort, and then he rescued Kairi. Well, off screen, it didn't happen except in a what do you call it? a cutscene where Kairi was suddenly back on the island with Sora, and then Sora disappeared after Kairi cried. And then in the DLC, it made us replay the entire final fight, all of those like 20 boss fights. But except Sora was like, there was a second Sora from the future that came back to find Kairi's heart. And find her. And I guess by abusing that time continuum nonsense, Sora ceased to exist or something. It didn't really explain why Sora would stop existing, other than just like 2 sentences saying, you're going to regret it, you'll stop existing, you'll lose your powers. Something along those lines. And then Sora's like, yeah, bet. But that's why Sora's no longer existing. The Final Fantasy characters, right? It just had to be added in a DLC and not the base game. Isn't that crazy?
The data for a year now. Aren't the people at the castle doing the same thing? No one's found anything yet?
The audio quality hurts my
Well,
ears.
it's outside their field of expertise.
Why is it still so loud? Hey, is that Sid?
Come on, Sid. Can you throw us a bone here, please?
Why does he type like that? His arms are like, like scarecrow arms.
Trying. I'm this close to something, I know it!
No, all of the
Sid, you are a million times worse than a broken record.
all the Kingdom Hearts story, all the extra DLC,
By the
all the
way,
extra bosses
how are
feels
the
like it's
others?
a director's cut rather than
Well,
like
Mickey, Donald, and Goofy are
it
searching
feels like
for
that was
clues
supposed to be the
in
whole game,
every
but they just
past world
decided to
that
take
Sora's
important
been
parts to cut
to.
it. It hurts.
Terra, Ven, and Aqua went to the realm of darkness, and the Twilight Town gang are studying Roxas and Shion's memories.
But they're not
And
scientists.
what about Kairi?
Yeah, what about Kairi?
Kairi.
What happened to Kairi? We saved her. Surely she's fine, right? Well, she became... Is she in a coma? You can't be serious. Why does Riku sound like Tessa's speech? Have
She
you heard
believes her
Terra?
heart might hold a clue about Sora. For a year,
I think the reason Riku sounds this way is just because it's been so many years that the voice actor doesn't have as good control over their voice for this character anymore. It's sort of to make it sound still like Riku, they had to get rid of some of the high emotionals. That's my best guess.
she's been
I
sound
don't know why
asleep
Terra
while
sounds
they
the way he
search her
does,
heart.
but...
So there's been no progress.
Wait. I missed it. Hold on. Back up. She's been sound asleep while they search for her heart. I thought we found her. I thought that was the whole point of the DLC, is finding her heart and putting it
Search
back
her
together.
So there's been no progress.
What? Huh? What the hell, Kairi? I bet
What in
Kairi's
the-
heart went to go look after
What in
Sora
the world
again.
is this?
What is it?
This
Yeah, what is
computer,
it?
the one in Twilight Town, and the one in the castle are all connected to the same network. They sent me all of their data, and I merged it with the stuff I already had, and looky here.
Yeah, that's Sora.
Sora.
Is that the Kingdom Hearts
Sora's
3 Sora?
inside the computer?
No, that's just the data I constructed based on Sora and his fighting abilities.
So you gave us a heart attack for nothing?
Yeah, sounds about right.
No, that group Sora was fighting.
I got an
you
error about
know,
not enough backup space. Well,
Battalion
that's fine.
something? Well, I recreated their data too.
The real Organization 13. Maybe their data will lead us to where Sora is.
I'm not so
Well,
sure
it
about
crossed
that.
my mind, but I must be better at this than I thought, because their data, it's so powerful I can't access any of it.
Oh, and that's...
Can
oh,
you
this
use
is the
Sora's
start
data
of the
to
limit.
gain access?
Oh, good idea. Worth a shot.
That's the start
Yeah.
of the limit of where all the
Let's
secret
try.
bosses is using data Sora to fight all the secret bosses. Sora data is not imported, not updated. Well, good effort. Good job, Sid. You tried.
No sign of the boy.
Where's his voice actor
a
is so much
bummer.
better. They did a good job. What the?
Ah!
Oh, it's Merlin. That's not Merlin. That's Miss Bibbidi Bobbidi Boop.
Fairy Godmother.
Yeah, that one. Fairy Godmother. I knew that.
Oh, I hope I didn't startle you.
She's just staring at her wide
Not at all.
mouth. That's
What
crazy.
brings you here?
Well, dear, I was asked to come by Merlin and Master Yen Sid. Now, where is... Oh, Riku. Yes, Riku is his name.
Yeah,
Here.
Riku's still here.
I'm Riku.
He's right there.
Why, it's nice to meet you. Now,
they not know
I'd
each
like
other?
you to tell me about the dreams that you've been having, dear.
Dreams?
Huh? My dreams? There's
He sounds
one.
just as confused.
It was dark, and I was surrounded by tall buildings. I was looking around for Sora when I felt someone watching me from way up high.
Why did I lose
And?
access?
And that's all I remember.
Ugh.
But what happens next?
Oh, I know.
Huh?
Why Riku's dream?
Oh,
Riku is
because
connected.
Master Yen Sid was worried. You weren't having any luck finding Sora. And because Riku had been in Sora's dreams before, he
Has
thought
he?
perhaps
Yeah.
Riku just may be the key.
That
That's
is-
why he
no,
and
that's
Merlin
fair. That's fair.
asked
That was
me
whole
to
dream
come
up
here
distance, huh?
and look into his dreams, since of course dreams are my specialty.
So Riku's dreams might hold the key?
Yes, dear. I'm sure there's something there that leads to Sora.
That was the entirety of the
In my
3
dreams?
like DLC was that Sora connects through everyone else's
And
hearts to find
The
Kyrie.
other two.
So I guess it's just backwards travel. I don't understand why Kyrie is asleep though. All I can imagine is her heart is chasing after Sora. After Sora saved her. Yep, that's the land in between. That's like between life and death. That's Sora. What the? Where is he? Is this the land in
This
between?
place.
Just darker.
At least I'm all here.
It is so dark. I can't see Jack. Pretty nice guy though.
Hey! Is anyone out there?
Where in the world is Sora?
Hello?
Ah. Even Shimony's gone.
Huh?
Hey.
Who's
Hey?
that?
Who was that? Wait.
Where are you?
Over here!
Oh, was that a person? That sounds like, that looks like Sora's reflection.
you.
Oh. That's probably the dude from the game in Toy Story Land, right? Vernal or Verdith or whoever his name is? Yeah, it's that guy.
Hey, aren't you?
You know me?
Yeah, you're Yazora, right?
How
Yaz-
do you know that?
Yazora? Who is
Who are you?
Yazora?
I'm Sora. And actually, there's
Oh, that's
something I
right.
have to ask you.
That's what Rex was
Sora?
calling us.
You're Sora?
Huh?
Huh?
You know who
Wait,
I am?
How does he know him? And they know each other.
Sure. I've heard of you.
If you're here, then this can't be the real world, can it? But wait, that girl, she told me about you.
What?
Maybe you are real after all.
What girl? What?
Are you done? No, this isn't the real world, and I am here. But this isn't what I really look like.
Huh?
How'd you recognize me as Yazora?
Huh?
Why are you using Sora's name?
Because I am Sora.
If you are who you say, and it was fate that brought us here, then my path is clear.
My path has kill. I must kill you. Oh god, he pulled out a gun! Is this a secret boss? Is it a crossbow? Oh, hello. I found the light. Hey, this looks familiar. Back when Sora was a young lad, like 1 or 2 years ago. Not much has changed. Not much has changed. Oh, hello, Cityscape. This looks like Big Hero 6. I guess it's just a generic large city, huh? Only No More could be unhinged enough to turn the ending of 3 into a meta commentary. Who would have thought?
I accidentally wandered into this place and went through some trials. Then, I was told to save Sora.
Huh? Then what's with the weapon?
Why are you yelling?
Time
We can
to
save
end
people
this.
through death. Combat! Combat! Combat!
No.
Wait. This includes... This
You're done.
includes combat? What?
Got this. You're done. Your power is
Oh.
mine.
I wasn't expecting it to include game combat. That's unexpected. Why were they fighting with the weakest Keyblade? Who is this dude?
There.
Why is Sora being hit by Keyblade? Ow, my eardrums, they're burning.
Let's go. Back at you.
Nah, I'd win. Look, he's only hit the enemy like 3 times.
What pain.
You just skip ahead to like a bunch of health bars. He's victory up to Barab. Beyond recognition, placed the heart by another. I don't get it. So Sora does not look like Sora to him. That's my take on what's happening. Second form S? What does that look like? Oh, it looks just like... What the? Hey, it's a white room!
Come on.
Is he crazy? Not the machines! Oh! I hate this. I would not live through this boss fight. Like, just looking at it now, there is no way I would live. Hey, he lived. Look at this guy's health. He has triple the amount of health we have in our playthrough. Why is he invincible? Is my imagination? No, because he lost health. There's no way he's invincible. That'd be crazy. Yoza is the dirtiest fighter in the history of the video games. He steals your health, your weapon, your items, and steals your Koopo coin!
I guess that
Bruh!
my powers aren't needed yet.
That's not fair.
What do you mean?
Never mind.
Okay, so you beat Yozora. And you don't get saved. But what does it mean? What does any of this mean? You're back in the normal lands in between and not the darkened version. So he traded his life for ours somehow. Sorry, I'm eating cheesecake.
Commander. Commander.
Impressive, is it not?
What do you mean Luxord? Is that Luxor's voice?
I've been having these weird thoughts lately.
Oh my god, this is the same dialogue in
Like-
Kingdom Hearts 1.
Is any of this for real? Or not? None of this makes sense to me.
I'm so lost. Yozora. A single credit. Just a singular credit. Just because. Was that the entirety of... So that is the limit? That is it? Sora's missing. Kairi went into another coma. And then Sora fights Yozora. And then I don't understand why you're screaming Luxord. I guess Luxord is an inhabitant of that world. That's my take from what you're saying. That somehow just it doesn't even look like Luxord. Where is it? Where's the car? Yeah, right here.
Impressive, is it not?
I guess it is kind of... That does sound like Luxord. A little bit. I'm trying to look at the glasses right here.
Impressive, is it not?
Blonde hair, receding hairline. I I can't see the ears for the piercings. It's a reference to the earliest versus 13 trailers when Nox was riding the back of a car. Oh. Well, that's all of the stuff we missed from Kingdom Hearts 3, so that's a treat. Can't believe body swapped to Zack from Zack and Cody. That's crazy. All right, so that's all of that one. That is literally all that we missed from 3. I'm pretty sure. Not a lot. Next, we have all the cutscenes from Memory of Melody by Ozbro Gamers. It doesn't look like it's a long time. It looks like it's 10 videos that are roughly 3 minutes each. So like 30 minutes. Except maybe the final video. The final video looks like it's 20 minutes. So maybe it's actually like an hour. Maybe. Wait, hold on. I lost the video. Go to high quality. The first time Zora beats you, you get a bad ending cutscene where Zora turns you into a crystal. Well, that's terrifying. I don't want to be a crystal. That's not fair. So this game, Melody of Memory, is the most recent. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's the most recent Kingdom Hearts game, but it is not really a Kingdom Hearts game. It is it's like Dance Dance Revolution or like Guitar Hero. It is a rhythm game that just plays through all the different Kingdom Hearts musics. I did not think it actually had lore. Apparently it has lore, but I don't feel like shilling out $60 just to get like what I thought was just 20 minutes of lore, especially for I'm not particularly good at rhythm games. So we are just watching all of them. This supposedly comes right after, and this supposedly tells Kairi's side of the story. Supposedly. I don't know. I haven't looked into it.
Led by a mysterious voice, Sora stepped through the door that marked the start of his journey. Sora,
all the way
Riku,
back to
and I
Kingdom Hearts
wanted
1?
to see the world beyond our island. One
It's
day,
as much the Kingdom
Sora
Hearts
came
game as the
face
original
to
Chain of
face with
Memories.
a man
But
from
here's
another-
here's the thing. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories did actually have significant importance to the plot. You just didn't realize it until game 2 or 3. Maybe they just added it back in to be significant. I don't know. But like, it did have significance. It's what gave birth to Replica Riku. It's what gave birth to the darkness inside Riku. I think that was the point in time where Sora started realizing he had different hearts inside of him. I might be confused about that part. And it was also the introduction of the organization members. Kind of, sorta. If I'm remembering correctly. It became important eventually, but
the world.
I don't think it was any...
Meanwhile,
it definitely was a game
Donald
you could have
and
just
Goofy
ignored if
received a
you
letter
really
from
wanted
Mickey,
to.
asking
And oh
them
boy,
to
did I
find
want
the
to.
holder of a certain
That
key.
game hurt me emotionally to play.
One
There's no
fateful
significance.
night,
You're right. You're 100% right.
consumed Destiny
And that's why we're
Islands.
watching it.
As
To
Riku
see if it actually
disappeared
has
into the
significance, we
darkness,
think.
My heart managed
At
to
the very
escape
least-
to safety inside Sora.
At the very least, it is Kairi's side of the story, which I am quite interested in,
The
considering
darkness
Kairi was just
overwhelmed
gone for the
Sora,
entirety
and
of
he
like
awoke
7
in
games.
an unfamiliar town.
Is this just a recap? Oh, it
Having
says
been
right.
chosen by the
Kingdom Hearts
Keyblade,
recap.
Sora teamed up with Donald and Goofy.
Hold on. Is this entire...
Something incredible was my time to save him for what might happen out that my heart had been inside him all along. He saved
Yeah.
me without sparing a thought for what might happen to him.
I don't know why I'm skipping. It's only 3 minutes long.
Now it was
My
my
bad.
time to save him. As I wished for that strength, something incredible happened. Hoping that we would never be separated again, I gave Sora my lucky charm.
Okay.
The
And?
light emanating from Kingdom
Oh, that's
Hearts
neat.
destroyed Ansem.
Yeah, baby. I'm okay. I'm okay.
The strongest darkness Sora faced. But the darkness behind the door still threatened to burst out at any moment. With Riku and Mickey on the inside, and Sora on the outside, they sealed Kingdom Hearts from both sides. And
Neat.
so, Sora and his 2 friends continued on their journey.
Okay, so this was just an entire recap of Kingdom Hearts 1. Nice. Thank you, Melody of Memory. I guess it's called Melody of Memory for a reason. Luckily it's a playlist. Oh no. Every single chapter is a 3-minute rendition of what an entire game encompassed. This one is Chain of Memories. This is the Chain of Memories recap.
His journey in search of Riku
Wait,
and Mickey.
Is Melody of Memories literally just 30 minutes of just a recap?
And found himself at Castle Oblivion.
That's kind of funny.
Using cards made from memories.
You know what? This will be great. This will remind us of all the reasons we like or dislike the different games. That way it'll help our tier list. This is actually the perfect game. Perfect thing to finish on.
Deeper into the castle. Meanwhile, Riku
let's see what it adds, if it adds anything.
And was met by a mysterious voice. With Sora headed for the top floor and Riku aiming for the ground floor, the two continued to climb, each on their own path.
Ghost Mickey. The mouse is a lie.
As Sora advanced through the castle, his memories started to fade. In exchange, new memories of Naminé grew clearer.
Yep.
It quickly became his goal to save her from where she was being held captive in the castle.
Naminé was altering his memories as he climbed.
Meanwhile, Riku was fighting the darkness within himself as he continued through the castle. Lying in wait to confront him was a boy who looked just like him, a replica of himself created by the organization. This replica was planted with false memories that caused him to stand in Sora's way.
Dun, dun, dun.
Naminé had the power to overwrite the memories of Sora and those connected to him. The organization used this power for their own gain. Even after discovering the shocking truth that his memories of Naminé were fake, Sora still chose to protect her.
I mean, he didn't really acknowledge it. He was just kind of, I don't care, I'm still going to save you.
Lost memories.
I don't think Sora necessarily came to the conclusion.
The battle at Castle Oblivion came to an end. To regain his memories, Sora would have to forget all about Naminé. He fell into a deep sleep, but not before leaving himself a reminder to thank her when he woke up. Meanwhile, Zexion decided that Riku had outlived his usefulness. From within a shroud of magic, Riku heard Naminé. Riku accepted the power of darkness without fear, and he used it to defeat both Zexion and the replica of himself.
Good on you, Riku. I remember that. I was there for that. We did that. It
Naminé
sucked.
offered to use her powers to lock away the darkness in Riku's heart for good, but he refused, choosing instead to wield its power as his own. Riku and Mickey set out from Castle Oblivion, continuing along the path where darkness lies hidden within light. The road to dawn.
Road to Dawn, not Darkness Road, that other game. Oh, well, that's all of Chain of Memories. Congratulations. So all we did was that this is when Riku embraced the darkness. And this is Naminé's importance in the plot and the introduction to organization. You're right. All in all, not technically an important game. You are right. You were right, Dead Goggles. All right. What is the next? Is the next 358 divided by 2 recap. Woohoo! It's really just a recap in-game release order. That's crazy. Is that all this game is? Is a recap?
7 days after Roxas was given a name and a place in Organization 13, he encountered number 14, Xion, and the gears of fate began to turn. The organization was made up of nobodies, those without hearts, and their goal was to complete Kingdom Hearts in order to become whole again.
But there was a fake organization.
The Keyblade that Roxas held was an indispensable tool. As the days passed, Roxas completed his missions. Along the way, he became closer friends with Axel and Xion. The organization had another goal as well, the creation of replicas. They had copied Sora's scattered memories and powers from Castle Oblivion into an artificial replica, resulting in Shion. Riku found out that this is what was keeping Sora from waking up. And Shion was distraught to learn that she was nothing more than a puppet. Axel did what he thought was best for everyone. And Roxas left the organization to find out who he truly was. Shion was determined to return her memories to Sora, so she paid a visit to Naminé. As she neared completion as a replica, Shion asked to be destroyed, and she wanted Roxas to be the one to do it.
And that was the final boss fight. That's right.
Trusting Roxas to set free the hearts they'd collected, Shion returned to the place she belonged, inside Sora.
Neat.
Roxas headed for the organization's castle, but Riku blocked his path. Upon learning that Roxas was Sora's nobody, Riku unleashed all his powers of darkness to defeat him, paying no mind to the cost.
I mean, Riku's already embraced the
Roxas
powers of
awoke,
darkness, so it's fine.
ready to start a brand new day of summer vacation.
Wait, that's right. I'm sorry, that was so funny. It's like just like they were embraced in Mortal Kombat. Roxas woke up to start his summer vacation, and that is just over. It's like, excuse me. That's just a weird transition to end on. I mean, yeah, that's what happened, but like maybe like another line or something. I don't know. Okay, fine. And then the next one is Kingdom Hearts 2, I'm assuming. Kingdom Hearts 2 recap. Experiencing interruptions? No, I'm actually perfectly fine. Thanks, YouTube. Also, why are these Stop going to auto! High quality. Do it. Do the thing. I'm gonna skip ahead, though. Boop. Kingdom Hearts 2 recap.
In Twilight Town, Roxas was supposed to be enjoying his last week of summer vacation. But he kept having dreams about Sora. And all sorts of strange, unexplainable occurrences started happening around him. Roxas ended up at an abandoned mansion, where he remembered that he used to be a member of Organization 13. He also learned that the world he knew was a fake one set up by Diz to restore Sora's memories.
In other words, Riku did capture him.
With one day left, Roxas's summer vacation was over. Sora finally awoke and found a message written in Jiminy's journal.
A year later.
With some guidance from Mickey, he set off to continue his journey once more. Sora felt his heart grow heavy as the train carried him away from town. At the tower, Yen Sid warned him about Organization 13. Mickey had set out to learn more about the organization. Sora, Donald, and Goofy searched for him, again visiting different worlds.
Can I just say how every single one of these games, not a single important plot point was ever held on any of the Disney worlds? I don't think a single plot point was actually in the Disney worlds. It was always transition between the worlds.
Sora returned to Hollow Bastion,
or the
where he learned
world.
the startling truth. He thought he had defeated Ansem, but that was actually an imposter. The real Ansem had an apprentice named Xehanort, whose Heartless called himself Ansem, Seeker of Darkness. And Xehanort's nobody, Xemnas, was the leader of Organization 13. The organization's aim was revealed. They planned to collect all the hearts released by the Keyblade to create another Kingdom Hearts, and they would harness it for their own gain. Realizing he was being used, Sora almost gave up the fight, but with the help of a mysterious stranger, he pulled through and continued onward.
Wait. Mysterious stranger?
He was being used. Sora almost...
When was this? Was this the Master of Masters? Who gave Sora a white box in contrast to the dark box?
With the help of a mysterious stranger, he pulled through and continued onward.
I don't remember the mysterious stranger at all.
To
This is where
ensure
Axel
that Sora
sacrificed
would
himself.
make it to Organization 13's headquarters, Axel sacrificed himself. Roxas appeared within Sora and challenged him for the right to exist. But Roxas realized Sora's strength and disappeared. At last,
Quote unquote disappeared.
Sora, Riku, and I were reunited.
It only
Kingdom
took
Hearts
many
loomed
games.
overhead, but Ansem the Wise managed to bring its completion to a halt. Sora,
It's definitely cutting a lot of corners
alongside
to the story,
Riku,
but it does get the
faced
base.
the final battle with Xemnas, the last member of Organization 13.
What an edgy outfit that guy had.
Xemnas was finally defeated. But after the battle, Sora and Riku found themselves trapped in the realm of darkness.
Oh yeah, that's right. And then some of they just came out due to the power of friendship and
Suddenly,
light.
a bottle washed up on shore. The message inside led them back to the realm of light.
Yeah. We don't know who wrote the bottle though, as far as I know. That was Kingdom Hearts 2. So there was 2 instances of just saved by mysteriousness. One was the one that saved Sora to fight, or re-encouraged him to fight with, I guess, the white box. And the other one was a mysterious ball that led to the land of light. I'm going to assume they were both the Master of Master. Master of Masters, as they call him. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I don't remember. And this is Recoded. Oh boy, Recoded. I have some choice words for this one. Recoded did not need to exist at all.
A strange entry was found in the journal that chronicled Sora's adventures. To investigate, the journal was converted to data, but it was full of bugs. Mickey called on Data Sora to help them restore the world inside the journal.
Not even real Sora. Data Sora.
As he restored the datascape, more and more strange messages kept appearing. Mickey and the others should have been watching from the other side of the screen, but somewhere along the way, Data Riku, the embodiment of the journal, had imported them into the datascape to help solve the mystery of the message. Maleficent and Pete were causing all sorts of trouble with their plan to take over the real world through the datascape. Data Sora drew power from the connections with his friends in his heart and used it to fight and forge a path forward. He defeated Sora's Heartless, the bug in the data that had corrupted the journal. That should have been the end of this journey, but Mickey received word that a door to a new world had appeared, and he once again entered the datascape. On the other side of the door was Castle Oblivion. Led by a figure in black, Data Sora repeatedly relived the pain residing in his heart.
That's right.
If he kept holding on to that hurt, he would be dragged down into the darkness.
And that was Roxas telling him all
Data
this.
Sora realized
the data
that his pain
Roxas
was what
with a
tied
data
his memories
Sora.
together. He swore to the cloaked figure, Roxas, that he accepted the pain.
He's just a data Sora. It doesn't matter.
The hurt of those connected to Sora remained
They're all
dormant
data.
in
They're
his
not
heart.
real.
And to help find a way to face and heal that pain, Naminé had left the mysterious journal entry. Their hurting will be mended when you return to end it. Mickey and Data Sora now knew the true meaning of those words. Data Sora thanked Naminé, and they said their goodbyes. Mickey wrote Sora a letter detailing the events that took place in the datascape. You are who you are because of those people. They need you, and now the door to your next journey is ready to be opened.
So Mickey is the one that learned everything. It wasn't even Sora. It was Mickey. And then I guess he conveyed that in a letter to Sora, partially, not fully. Okay. I think Recoded was dumb. Birth by Sleep recap. This was a little bit longer. 4.5 minutes. It makes sense. That's this whole new cast.
Master Ericus's 3 apprentices affirmed their bonds of friendship as they prepared for the Mark of Mastery exam. But Aqua was the only one to pass the exam and become a Keyblade Master. Leaving Terra no time for disappointment, the three immediately received word that creatures called the Unversed had emerged to threaten the world of light, and Master Xehanort had gone missing. Both Terra and Aqua were tasked with bringing the situation under control. Meanwhile, a masked boy left Ventus with a distressing thought. Terra resisted the call of darkness as he sought out Xehanort and the Unversed. Ventus chased after him, and Aqua carried out orders to monitor Terra. Everything was going perfectly according to Master Xehanort's plan. It turns out that when I was little, Aqua came to my rescue in Radiant Garden.
Had a different voice.
Then she reunited with Terra and Ventus, but once again, their paths and hearts quickly diverged. Terra was guided by a light to a young boy, Riku. He bequeathed Riku his Keyblade. Meanwhile, Ventus learned he would become the Keyblade, and Master Ericus tried to seal him away. Determined to save his friend, Terra unleashed the power of darkness as he faced his own master. The Keyblade would form when pure light and pure darkness clashed. Ventus set out toward the Keyblade graveyard to bring all of this to an end.
And then the friend stepped in
Master
and
Xehanort's
everyone
plan
got
was
destroyed.
revealed at last. Terra, Aqua, and Ventus entered into a grueling final battle. As they fought, Xehanort summoned Kingdom Hearts. Terra's body became a vessel for Xehanort, but his lingering will and devotion to Aqua and Ventus remained attached to his armor. Even knowing that his own heart would be destroyed in the process, Ventus fought to stop the Keyblade from forming.
I guess hearts being
As
destroyed
Ventus
isn't
struggled,
a end-all thing.
Aqua confronted
Happens a lot.
Vanitas, who had taken control of Ventus's body.
See? You see that? Wait, hold on, I missed it.
Aqua confronted Vanitas.
Vanitas did take off his mask at some point. It was Ventus's face. I wasn't crazy. I knew it the whole time. Unless this is just Ventus's body that's now this. I don't know. I knew that. So Vanitas' face just changes based on
who had taken control of Ventus's body. Drawing strength from her friends, she destroyed the Keyblade.
It's Ven's body. Fine. So we never actually see Vanitas' face then until 3.
Ventus's heart fell into a deep sleep.
So hello, Ray. Welcome again.
Aqua faced off against Terra, whose body was controlled by Master Xehanort. To restore his heart to him, Aqua fought with all she had. Xehanort drove Terra's heart out of his body. Terra fell to darkness. Refusing to lose her friend, Aqua sent him back to the realm of light, but he awoke with no memories and called himself Xehanort.
Show his face on Ven's playthrough? That definitely looked like Ventus's face, at least
Trapped in the realm of darkness and all alone, Aqua was about to give up the endless battle with darkness when her connections to her friends appeared in the form of a brilliant light and saved her.
Aww, friendship is magic.
Sora, still just a child, had previously joined his heart with Ventus's. The connection they shared brought Ventus's wounded heart back to him.
So his heart didn't get destroyed. And that's the rough summary of Birth by Sleep. This is Aqua's cutscenes. There's a lot of them. We are almost done with them. 1, 2, 3. Wait, 3 games left. Oh, right. Dream Drop Distance exists. I forgot about that one. Yeah, this one is all Aqua. This upcoming one. Fragmentary Passage. If it loads. Why? Stop lowering the quality! Don't put it on auto. Make it HD. Stop reducing it. YouTube, please. It's not that difficult.
As Aqua wandered alone through the realm of darkness, familiar worlds from the realm of light appeared. Something was wrong.
some
As
of the
she
worlds we
hurried
never saw
onward,
again.
silent visions of Terra and Ventus emerged before her. And she was even forced to fight against a vision of herself. Aqua began to realize the vulnerability of her own heart and desperately chased after her friends' images. After defeating a massive Heartless, Aqua was finally able to speak with Terra, who had ties to the realm of darkness. But moments later, he was taken over by Master Xehanort. Aqua was saved just in time by Mickey. He was there searching for the Keyblade that belonged to the realm of darkness.
Oh, I
Together,
thought it was his Keyblade.
they arrived at Destiny Islands, which had fallen into darkness. Aqua realized that she had been to this world before, and mentioned that this was where she had met Sora and Riku,
I was hoping you would
which
explore these
helped
places
Mickey
in
find the
University.
Keyblade he was
Well, we fixed
searching
them in
for.
Fragmentary Passage.
They had everything
That's
they
fair.
needed.
That would have been cool.
Now they just had to close the door.
That would have been
Suddenly,
quite neat.
Heartless appeared, and Aqua faced them, knowing she'd be trapped in the Dark Realm.
So she was trapped,
Having fulfilled her duty as a Keyblade
almost got
master,
saved, and then she sacrificed herself
Aqua
again.
watched the world regain its light before her eyes as she fell to the depths of darkness.
Aqua.
Years passed, and preparations were made to search for Aqua. We all set off toward different destinations, each with our hearts as our guiding key.
Good for you guys. And then it's the weirdness that is Dream Drop Distance. That I don't actually remember if it had any relevance story-wise. Other than being it was something about Sora losing himself, and I don't remember what. I never figured that part out. It was a mark of mastery, and organization had some.
Master
This game
Yen
confused me
Sid
the most,
knew that
lore-wise.
Sora and Riku still had a lot to learn before they could stop Master Xehanort.
This one
So
confused
he
me the
prompted
absolute
them to
most.
take the Mark of Mastery exam. The exam required the two to dive into sleeping worlds and reawaken them by unlocking their keyholes.
Tiny little dog-looking thing. Second
But
tiny
an
looking
unfortunate
dog-looking thing.
encounter caused
Yeah, but look at
Sora
the next
and
vessel for
Riku to be
Xehanort.
flung into different worlds.
Is that what it was? It might have
Fighting
been. I
alongside
think you're right.
benevolent
That sounds
dream
familiar.
eaters or spirits, they carried on. Suddenly, a boy in a black coat appeared.
He has yellow eyes in this one. In 3, he
Sora
did not have
and
yellow
Riku
eyes.
continued traveling from dream to dream. However, the cloaked boy, Ansem,
Oh,
and
yeah, those-
Xemnas appeared everywhere Sora and Riku went, misleading them with every encounter. Meanwhile, Mickey was caught up in one of Maleficent's schemes, but he was saved by Lee, formerly known as Axel, from Organization 13. Master Yen Sid agreed to make Lee a Keyblade wielder to catch Xehanort off guard in hopes of defeating him.
Huh,
Sora
okay.
thought he had completed his exam, but found himself in the world that never was. There, he was lured into the depths of darkness and captured to become the 13th vessel for Master Xehanort.
Yeah, that's right.
Meanwhile,
It's slowly coming
Riku
back.
had arrived to find Sora trapped in a bad dream. Riku learned that he had unwittingly dived into Sora's dream and protected him from nightmares as he slept. Master Xehanort managed to regain his form, but he was caught off guard and was unable to carry out his plan.
Bonk. And that's supposedly Terra there in
Then
the
he
background.
vanished.
That big old
His
thing is
parting
supposedly
words
Terra.
foretelling a war that was yet to come.
The Terra that sunk the darkness.
In order to wake Sora, Riku dived into his dream once more.
He was protected by someone's power armor.
Riku
Parenthesis.
continued deeper into Sora's dream, where he encountered those whose hearts were sleeping inside Sora's heart. Thanks to their help, Sora managed to wake up safe and sound, and Riku
Wait,
was made a
Ansem is in
Keyblade
Sora's
master.
heart? Wait a second.
Lee had become a Keyblade wielder. And I was brought in to become a new member of the Guardians of Light.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Woo! And now for the 3 recap. This Melody of Memory is really just entirely recaps. That's crazy. He put himself while Sora was asleep in Kingdom Hearts 2. I thought Ansem was in the Land of Darkness the entire time. I didn't realize, because I thought Ansem was talking to Aqua in the Land of Darkness. I didn't realize his heart was in Sora.
To prepare for the final battle with Master Xehanort, Sora set out in search of a way to regain his power of waking.
Regain?
In
He had it?
Olympus, he
At
learned
all?
to fight for someone with all his heart.
Did he?
In Twilight Town, he searched for clues about Roxas.
Data version of him. Oh, that's right. It was a data version. You are 100% right. You're right. That was mentioned.
In a fairy tale kingdom,
That does sound quite
he
familiar.
met one of the new 7 hearts.
What a news.
And
The
in
old
Toy
7 hearts
Box,
is still fine,
he
though.
learned hearts can reside where you least expect them.
Yeah, in toys, I guess.
Meanwhile, Lee and I were hard at work training to become Keyblade wielders.
You pulled that popsicle out of.
And Riku and Mickey
kinda sus.
found a clue to where Terra was.
This game is great for trying to catch up on lore. Yeah, at the very least, it is a quite decent job of getting like just the bare
Sora's
bones
journey
plot of everything that's going
continued.
on. I will give it that much credit.
In Arendelle, he encountered
It's weird that there's a
love
game
true
entirely
enough
for
to
that,
thaw a frozen
but
heart.
I'm glad it exists in some form at the very
And
least.
at the Laughter Factory in Monstropolis, he learned that Ventus resided within his heart.
No one else told him.
In San
Wait.
Francisco,
Both Mickey and Riku knew that Ventus was in Sora. Sora had to find out through the enemy. A game later. 2 games later. Was no one going to tell this guy?
he saw hearts that were
Oh.
being constructed from data.
You know what? They tried.
Meanwhile, Riku and Mickey were forced to confront Aqua, whose heart had fallen into darkness.
Yeah, whenever you're corrupted by darkness, apparently you just get yellow eyes. Fun fact.
With some help from Sora, Aqua was finally able to return to the realm of light.
That was a hard fight. I
And
hated
the
that
land of
fight. I had to do that
departure
fight 2 or 3
returned to
times.
its former glory.
Like, beat it 2 or 3 times.
Ventus awoke thanks to Sora's regained power of waking, and he was able to save Aqua from Vanitas.
That wasn't 3. I forgot about that.
Darkness will prevail, and the light expire.
Oh, it was literally right before the ending. That's why.
It
We
all
did the ending like 4
unfolded
times.
just as the Book of Prophecies foretold. But Sora refused to give up. His heart persisted against all odds. He used the power of waking and fought long and hard to save his friends.
I just realized, as much as this covers most of the Kingdom Hearts games, it actually does not cover Union X, and it does not cover Dark Road. And it definitely came out way after Union X. They really do not care about Union X. I guess it is just like background. It's not actually important to the main story, so they excluded it. Dark Road is probably the same exact thing. That makes me feel better about not looking at cutscenes for Dark Road.
And so, the Light's defeat was overwritten, and the
They hate
Guardians
Union
of
X.
Light reassembled at the Keyblade Graveyard. The deciding
You're
battle
late. Was
with the
Jam out to
true
music? Welcome
Organization
back.
13 was
We are
about to
watching the
begin.
cutscenes of
As
Memory
the battle
Melody.
raged,
That game you've been
Terra,
playing most of the day.
Roxas, and Shion were revived and joined the Guardians
So if you don't want to
Light.
watch, it's technically spoilers. Well, not yet. The
But
next
Master
cutscene is
Xehanort
spoilers.
still succeeded in summoning the true Kingdom Hearts. To stop Kingdom Hearts from unleashing its power, Sora went to the ancient city of Keyblade wielders, Scala at Kylum, and the final battle began. As the fierce struggle ended, Master Xehanort gave up the Keyblade
This is
and
the Five Nights
abandoned
at
his
Freddy's music.
plans.
Oh, goodness.
Kingdom Hearts was sealed away.
Kingdom Hearts songs are pretty good, though. They are pretty
But it
good.
was still far from over. I had disappeared during the battle, and Sora was determined to bring me back. he set off on his journey once more.
They have lost the lore. They have the
Alone.
story. Just a lot, though. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yep. And it does not give us the limit break episode, which is how Sora went back in time to override everything and bring back Kairi. And he did bring back Kairi with the DLC. But apparently Kairi went into a coma at some point. I don't know. Okay, so the next cutscene is the actual supposed new stuff from Melody of Memory. So, Rene, I know you're playing this. Oh, you're waiting for ads to end. Where are ads? What are the ads? What's the ad status right now? I need to know. You're live? I know I'm live. Thank you. Ads manager. Don't show me again. You noticed you are missing ads. I keep adding ads. You keep telling me I'm missing them. It's fine. Kingdom Hearts and Five Nights at Freddy's, a very complicated lore. There's a lot of it. Yeah, so the next one is all cutscenes that are specific to Melody of Memory. So, Rainy, if you don't want to watch, cover your ears. For everyone else, this is what we came here for. This is why we're watching this entire video. It was good to have a recap. I forgot most of it. I'm glad they gave us a small recap based on each game, too. That was quite nice. What's going on with Kairi? What happened to Kairi? How did she leave not Destiny Islands? How did she get to Destiny Islands from Radiant Garden? This may tell us. Everything you said, I did not hear. I just finished ads. Oh. It said I didn't have ads playing. Silly thing. So these are all... This 20-minute video is going to be cutscenes specifically from Melody of Memory. And I know you're playing the game, so this might be spoilers for you specifically. So if you don't want to watch, I understand completely. Got some good lore. It definitely has a good recap. We'll see what the lore ends up being at the end of it. You beat the whole series? Please. Oh, well then you're good. Good on you. So now she's in the land in between, like Sora was. Sora's been there many, many times. What is it called? The World That Never Was? Or is it the Land in Between? I don't remember if it has a title. Just finished feeding it again for the 7th, 8th time. 7th or 8th time! Man, you really like these games. Oh, the Final World. That's right. It doesn't have a name. It's just the Final World. The one before death. Final. Emphasis on final. It's very relaxing. Well, that's good at least. Wait. Oh, no, it's okay. I thought I lost stream for a second. Does she meet Chimney here, by chance? As long as you're not doing extreme crowd mode. I can imagine. I'm bad at rhythm games. I would not be able to do that. Oh, this is when she was a little girl in Radiant Gardens, before she lost her memory. Hey, it's a Heartless. Oh, it's multiple Heartless. Run, Kairi, run! Where is she running to? Let me in! Oh, poor Kairi! Oh, this is a horror game. Oh. Oh. The Terranort. Terranort took her?
This world will be engulfed in darkness. Everything you care about, and everyone you love.
Why is Kairi in a test tube?
If you truly possess the power of a Princess of Heart, your heart will resonate with the Keyblade wielders, and I believe you can lead me to that wielder's world. That is the only possible way to save ours. You see, this is more than an experiment. It's hope. Like most, you probably believe that nothing exists outside of this world you live in.
So he was looking for Keyblade wielders.
There are countless other worlds. You can see them sparkle brilliantly in the night sky.
Was this before or
Through that
after he
sea
got
of
his memories from
stars,
Xehanort back?
Fate will guide your ship to where you are meant to be.
To the Keyblade wielder's side that matches her heart. Oh, and that's why Sora is her destined one.
However,
oh, it's
if you
not.
arrive
It's
in
okay.
a world that's neither of light nor darkness, but somewhere on the other side, your task will be far from easy. If that happens, you must abandon your search. We have failed.
So he kidnapped a child, turned her into an experiment, and shot her off the space. That's crazy. Wait, that's not a rocket. He separated her soul from what? Bruh. Hey, that's her heart. That's the heart we have to collect in 3. It did work, I guess. I don't know if Destiny Island's considered light or dark, but I mean, it would have to be light, I'd assume. I don't know what exactly they did to Kairi, but it was clear she turned into an experiment. Oh, she can fly. Oh, okay. That's fine. I guess she can fly. She's got Sora's Glide. She collected one of the 5 petals. I hope it's the Masters of Masters with this goofy voice.
Show your face.
It's not. It's Ansem. It's always Ansem when they show the face. That's not Ansem. That's Xehanort. Okay.
Not so fast, my dear.
That's the news.
You're the one who keeps messing with my fate. If it weren't for everything that you've done, then Sora and everyone would be safe. Even if you're not really here.
People of extreme fate altering
and this is just a memory or illusion.
Interesting.
I won't let you walk away.
You're right. I set you adrift in another world and drastically alter the course of your fate. In the end, you were destroyed by my hand, paving the way for Sora's disappearance.
Xehanort doesn't even need to bring out his Keyblade. And he caught it. Wait, if Xehanort's here, does that mean he was defeated too?
You've become quite the Keyblade wielder. For a retired master, yes, it prepared you remarkably well.
Man, Kairi's actually got some good moves. And caught again.
This world was created from the memories contained within your heart. You seek clues to Sora's whereabouts by using your memories of him to search through your own heart. But there's nothing for you to find here. I'm afraid the answer you seek lies in memories that are long gone.
I have had enough of this.
Definitely there sounds a little off. Yeah. They had to get a new voice actor. It's unfortunate, but it does happen. I'm more surprised they didn't keep his voice, or they didn't use the new voice actor for the entirety of the game. That's what surprises me. They just changed the voice actor only for the final episode of 3. That was weird.
Ah, look who joined us.
Is it Sora?
As
This
I
feels...
thought, your voice can't reach us here. Now I'm certain of where your heart is.
And then there's a music battle, and we win. And then you give your body back to Kairi, right? So Sora can't speak because his heart is somewhere else that apparently Xehanort knows of.
Thank you, Sora.
On the day that I sent you out from your world,
Data Xehanort.
you remember what it is I said to you? Those words hold the answer you seek. I may cause you to suffer, but I am a product of your heart. For that reason, I shall give you your answer.
What is the answer then? He recognizes all these people. Who the heck is this Gremlin looking dude? I know it's still technically Xehanort, but
before, when my heart and body were still united as one,
yeah, it's Xehanort.
I told you
Xehanort the
about
scientist.
what would happen if we were to fail. If you arrive in a world that's neither of light nor darkness, but somewhere on the other side, your task will be far from easy. That is the answer I have for you.
What was her task? It was just to find a Keyblade wielder, and she did. She found Sora.
What does that mean?
She doesn't remember because she lost everything, or lost her memory. So she didn't fall unconscious for a year. Why are cutscenes lying to me left and right? Literally, did we not just see in the limited episode that, oh yeah, Kairi's been unconscious for a year? Excuse me.
If you arrive in a world that's neither of light nor darkness, but somewhere on the other side, your task will be far from easy.
Yes, he said that's the answer.
I don't get
Not
it.
of
I'm
light
lost.
or darkness, but on the other side.
I guess she woke up.
I've never
After a
heard
year.
of a place like that.
Something else he said perplexes me. Your voice can't reach us. I'm certain of where your heart is.
And that's
You
the
would
world that's
assume
neither
that
light
he's
nor dark.
referring to the realm of darkness, but that clearly isn't the case here, wouldn't you say?
Where voices can't reach.
No, she did.
The other side of our world.
Fair.
Of reality. Unreality. A fictional world.
Fictional?
I'm afraid such mysteries are beyond our comprehension.
Maybe Mickey.
Come on, think about it a little harder, old man.
Any news?
Riku!
Oh, Kairi, you woke up.
Okay, so she
Yeah,
was asleep, and then
just
she just
now.
woke up. You're right. You
How
guys
come
were
you're
right.
here?
Well, actually,
I've seen this cutscene more
I found
times
some
than you
info
can
about
count.
Sora.
Really? We got something too.
You did? Oh.
What the? Huh? It's the musical note fairy. Oh, no, it's fairy godmother. Never mind.
Excuse me, dears. I certainly didn't mean to startle you. If you're not expecting magic, it can be a surprise.
No kidding.
All of them.
Now then, I am
Yeah,
the
if you played
fairy
the game 8
godmother,
times, I'm
and
not
it's
surprised.
a pleasure to meet you all.
She came here at Yen Sid's request. He said
Okay.
she's got a clue that might help us find Sora.
The fairy
Yen
godmother?
Sid sent you?
That's
Surely
right.
she's not going to say, Kairi, just
Find
trace the
Sora,
path in her
we
heart.
need 3 keys. First, Riku, and then, of course, there's you, dear
I'm glad I'm not
Kairi.
watching.
Okay.
She's
With
been
Riku's dreams
surprisingly
and
everywhere in the
Kairi's
last 2
memories,
games.
You two have already done your part.
Kairi's memories.
Yes. We performed an examination of Kairi's heart. and obtained an important clue from the
Is
lost
Hunter Woods a
memories it
fictional world?
contains,
Technically,
which
yes.
is that there's another world on the other side of ours that's not of darkness or light.
Riku, what did you dream?
You don't like
Oh.
her. Yeah, I kind
Well,
of
since
got
Sora
that impression.
disappeared,
She's
I've
a
been
weird
having
addition.
dreams about a large city with
Really?
tall buildings.
Thank you for the spam. Now go
Apparently,
away.
that's the clue.
A city.
Maybe that's what Xehanort was talking about. A fictional world.
A fictional world?
I'll hydrate. Yeah. I got you. Well, I got
Yes,
water.
perhaps. The three realms of our world. Light,
Thank you.
darkness, and between. These are
Water
all places we can travel
devoured.
to, because they are on our side. This also includes the worlds of memories, data, and dreams. If I am correct, then this other side of our world, from which voices cannot reach, must be a place outside of our reality. Namely, it must be unreality, or fiction.
Oh, that's why that
But
dude was there.
That is
That
the
makes
extent
sense.
of our knowledge.
I see. I get it. It's coming together a little bit.
So I thought we should go to Mickey and Master Yen Sid to ask about it.
I kinda get it.
I'm not quite sure they'll be able to help you, my dear.
Then, what now?
Oh, you forget? There are 3 people who
Oh
hold
yeah,
the
who's the
key.
last one?
There's still one more. One with a strong will and a very precious dream.
Okay, hold on. Let's guess. Who is the third person super close to Sora? It's Kairi. There's Riku. I don't want to think it's Goofy or Donald because that would hurt me internally. I really hope it's not Mickey. Could it be Titus? No, that's stupid. It could be Ventus. It could be Roxas. It's more than likely Mickey, and I don't like that.
Who is it?
Yeah, who is it? Tell me.
You'll see. I'll introduce you.
Oh, you gotta be. You wait, so they exist. Who is it? Who's the third person? Don't tell me it's the random plush doll. It better not be the random plush doll. The third person with a huge connection to Sora.
This place.
You know it?
Yeah. I came here with Sora. And also in my
Back to your
dreams while
favorite
I
world.
slept.
You're in for a surprise. To meet them in 3.
This is...
Isn't the person
final
from
world.
Union X? That random
But there's
person
no
that the
one
connection was
here.
never explained. They just kind of showed up and dipped just as fast.
That's not true. Why don't you look close?
Hold on. What was the dialogue? I missed it.
But there's no one here.
There's no one here. Oh, okay.
That's not true. Why don't you look closer?
We're just gonna see a bunch of frattered fragments. Frattered? Shattered. Parts of people. All that glitters is gold. The shooting stars that break the mold. Yeah, I talked to all these silly looking stars. Kairi seems to have more stars than I did. Yeah, these are all the stars seem
The
like hearts
stars.
that were from Union
I
X.
never noticed.
I don't know if they're all supposed to be Union X, but I definitely came across this all from Union
gather
X.
here after death until
I like
they
how
are
this is the
ready to
land of
move on.
dead, from which return was almost impossible. Now we come
I'm
in and out as
sure
we
she's
please.
around here
Yeah,
somewhere.
I'm not. It's a cool
She?
world. I get reusing it. It was a weird way they portrayed it.
The final key.
Technically, it is another type of graveyard, if we're being honest. It is another type of graveyard. It's just it's a much prettier graveyard compared to, the Keyblade graveyard. This is where the hopes lie, where the graveyard keeper is where the bodies lie.
We found you. We've been searching all over for you, my dear.
I don't
Do
know.
I know you?
Wait.
I'm Kairi.
That's the voice of the one who was supposed to be training Keyblade wielders, is it not? in the final cutscene that we had for 3, it was Zigbar and all 4 of the previous masters just appearing, asking, why did you summon us? Why did you leave out this one person? I'm assuming the one person is this chick, the heart that we're speaking to right now, that their job was to wait here so that they could find her. Yeah, Ava. Thank you. I'm assuming this is Ava. I don't know why Ava has a connection to Sora, but that's my best guess.
You're all able to retain your appearance in this world. I met someone else who could do that.
So she's the final key?
That's right, dear. Now we finally have all 3.
But how exactly can she help?
It's simple. She came from the world on the other side.
Huh?
You see, she's very special. Her
Wow.
form was taken from her, but she managed to find her way here. If she goes back to her world, her heart will certainly be stolen. Right, dear?
Oh, she's here of her own will.
Yes. It seems you know a lot about me.
Her form was stolen from her? When did that happen? Was that a Unit X
And
thing
I
that
would
just didn't
use my
bring up?
magic to change you back if I could. But I'm afraid that's impossible while you're in this form. Don't fret, though. I believe that we'll find a way to make your dream come true very soon.
My dream? Come true?
Hi, Shorty. Hi,
I want to help make
Freddy.
that happen. Will it
Or
lead us to Sora?
Fue Coco?
Oh, I'm afraid
Whichever
it's
you
not that
prefer.
simple.
You're Freddy today. Welcome.
First, we must get to her world. She can open a path for us, and you can use the power of waking to go there.
The power of waking.
Your theory, she's the girl
Sorry,
Yozora was
but
trying
did
to
I hear
save
you
from the
say
game
Sora?
trailer.
Wait, do you know him?
I guess it could be. Is there any possibility that she is the girl that Lee and Sia were chasing from ages ago? Is there any possibility? Or is that it might be a completely different girl.
But did I hear you say Sora?
Wait, do you know him?
Yes. He was here. He encouraged me not to give up. Did something happen to him?
What?
Yeah.
He's gone.
Sora disappeared.
He poofed. He's
no
no more.
a good friend of ours.
Sora.
So we've been looking for him.
Sora evaporated. He
Right
disintegrated.
now, we think he's in a big city full of tall buildings. Ring any bells?
A city full of tall buildings. Quadratum? It has more skyscrapers than any other city I know. That must be it.
Sora got Thanos. He really did.
Quadratum.
And
Is
how
that where Sora
does quote unquote
There's
Ava
no way of knowing.
know about Quadratum?
But I
That's my
believe
question.
it is possible.
But why was Quadratum in
Think you
Toy
can help
Story
us?
as well?
I'm not sure exactly what's happening. But if Sora is in trouble, I want to help. Please let me know what you need from me.
Thanks.
Parky. And thus the heart opened a portal.
I'm afraid this is as much as I can do.
Wait, so why is
It's up to you,
Kairi a
Riku,
key then?
to take care of the rest.
Riku opened the portal with the waking, so he was needed.
I want to go.
Ava
Kairi.
had the
That's
portal,
not-
so that's why she was a key. I don't know why Kairi is here. See, it's a broken item. There's a lot of broken items
Yeah.
everywhere.
I know. I want to go with you. But I know that I can't. I need to finish training. I need to become stronger. And when I do, I'll be right there next to you and Sora.
Kairi wasn't to know where to go look, I guess.
Good.
I thought they already figured
But
that
first,
out.
I'll go explain everything. To
Didn't
Donald and
Riku
Goofy,
come and then
to
the
Mickey and
witch
Master Yin
came
Sid.
without talking to Kairi? And they already had a lead on
Be
Sora?
careful out there, dear.
Am I crazy?
And try not to do anything too reckless. Come straight back if you encounter any trouble.
I will.
How long is this? It's almost done. Okay. So Riku uses the power of Wake to go through the portal to go find and bring Sora back. I see. Don't tell me you're summoning Kingdom Hearts again. This looks very reminiscent to how Kingdom Hearts was summoned. I don't like that. Space. Space! Back to Yen said. Okay.
Riku went alone? But that's way too dangerous. I have to go after him now. Wow!
Mickey, he's gone.
Do not be hasty, Mickey.
But Master Yen said he's all alone in a world we know nothing about.
Precisely. We have never faced something like this before.
It is quite a new experience, after all.
We must remain calm.
But...
No buts.
Kairi, this information you bring us, it comes from Xehanort during his time as a researcher?
Yes.
Then that means he must have been aware of this other world.
Don't tell me we're fighting. Wait a second. Don't tell me we're fighting Xehanort again in 4.
But...
Can't they get a new villain?
We defeated Xehanort. Is there anybody else we can ask?
When I was still serving as a Keyblade Master,
That's another. He was a retired Keyblade Master. He hasn't a single time brought out a Keyblade.
Crossed over into another world. I surmised that Xehanort looked more deeply into that world.
The ancient Keyblade Masters.
For now, we must reach out to those in Radiant Garden, the land of departure and Twilight Town, who are searching for Sora, to inform them of what we have learned and have them halt their respective efforts.
Oh, that's kind of you.
Donald,
You didn't forget about them.
Goofy, I leave this to you.
Yes, sir!
Yes, sir!
Yes, sir!
And Kairi, will you continue your training as
No,
you were
I'm going to take
before?
on extra work.
Actually, I'd like to study under Master Aqua.
That is an excellent idea. I approve.
Thank you.
And
Does
you,
Aqua know?
Mickey,
Does Aqua know this?
I task
She
you
only
with
got
the
an apprentice.
investigation of this new world and how it is related to the ancient Keyblade Masters.
But how?
That's a good question. But how? There is no answer.
You'll begin in the world of Scala ad Kailum.
Well, that world sounds familiar. Okay. Okay. I get it. The world where we fought Xehanort was the ancient city where we fought everyone. Apparently, Mickey's going back there. Okay, I understand. I get it. It's fine. And that is the entirety of cutscenes from Melody of Memories. Now, we could do Dark Road. But given it's 6 hours long, I'm going to say no Dark Road. We're just gonna move on to what it was an interesting one. I'm glad that I got these cutscenes. Like, I'm glad they exist. I do not necessarily know if they needed to be in an entirely separate game, but at the very least, it did have the the recaps of each of the games in an official medium, which is kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I think the game didn't need to exist, but it's not the least, There's other Kingdom Hearts games that were much less informative than this one, at the very least. I got the game. I was working on it earlier. Finished the world map, only missing 1 star. Nice. Definitely not this game a glorified DLC. It kind of is just a glorified DLC. At least it has a different play style. But let me put it this way. I am glad I didn't purchase it, but I'm glad I watched the cutscene on YouTube. Oh, it's stupid ads. It's okay. So, now that we have, do I have ads? Hold on. How are the ads? 45 seconds long? No biggie. Like, it definitely is just a glorified cutscene that could have been in anything else. Kingdom Hearts is so weird with the way they space out cutscenes in their games. Like, so many of them could have existed in a previous game, and it honestly feels like we made them, and then we're just like, well, what if we just extend out the franchise a little bit longer and put it into its entirely new game and, like, maybe add a little bit extra to it? It's weird. It's kind of annoying, to be perfectly honest. It's kind of annoying. But now that we have successfully, quote-unquote, played a Melody of Memories, that's what this was, right? Yeah, Melody of Memories. Let's get on to the tier list. Yay, a tier list. We're doing a tier list. Hold on, I need BGM music for tier list. It's too quiet. That's too quiet. Okay, BGM time. How do we rate the Kingdom Hearts games? There is a couple ways I think we're going to go about this. We're not going to rate them all on separate scales necessarily. We are going based off our feelings and emotions most of the time. But I will say, number one will probably be about their aesthetics. How well did they do the environments? How did we interact with the environment? How pretty they look. Number two, who's doing these booms? Hello? Number three is probably going to be somewhat lore related. How much lore did they actually add to the franchise? Did it give us a lot to digest? How well did it portray the lore? Was it more confusing or more digestible in terms of the entire series as a whole? And number three, stop that. Number three, how much did we hate the gameplay? Was the gameplay bad? Was it good? What are our thoughts on the gameplay itself? You post that you're changing genres in the middle of an ongoing story. Yeah, like that. That'll be an interesting point. But to start off our tiny tier list, can I crop this? Hold on, I can make it big. I can make it bigger. There we go. It's a tier list. Don't worry about it. Number 2.9. We're gonna start off with Kingdom Hearts 1. Kingdom Hearts 1, the start of everything. Where Sora was, the Riku opened the door of the darkness, Sora got his Keyblade powers, and then went on a search to find the kidnapped Kairi and the Riku, who had fallen to darkness. And then he kind of saved them, but they were split apart at the end. Honestly, I thought in terms of the series, I think it did pretty good. I thought it was a good game. Considering it was the start of everything, it kind of told everything it needed to tell. It was emotional. It gave quite a bit of like tidbits and stuff. And it came across well, especially for its time, which was this 20 years ago? I think it was like 15 years ago. It was a long time ago. I think Kingdom Hearts 1 did a good job. I don't know exactly what Final Mix added. Was it called Final Mix, Kingdom Hearts 1? Was it called Final Mix or was it called something else? I know they did a redone version of it. I don't know what the redone version did. Kingdom Hearts 1.5 remix. Okay, so 1.5 HD remix, whatever. I'm gonna say in terms of the story, how much it added to it, it was the beginning of everything. I think it was a solid game. Is it 20 years old? Yeesh, that's old. I think it did a solid job. I think it did a solid job of introducing us to the franchise and everything it was about. I think if you just limit it to the scope of like, if we're comparing it to the, like how well compared to all future iterations of the games that came after it, you would definitely lower it to a B. But because it came out the way it did and the way it was received initially and everything else, I think it deserves some praise. It was really good for its time. and it did everything it needed to as a standalone game. I'll give it that much credit, while keeping it fairly open-ended for possible expansion into other games. Decent. The next game that came out, I just realized I can't read any of these logos. Chain of Memories. Chain of Memories was, this is the game where Sora happened to come across Castle Oblivion while once again searching for Riku and Kairi. But with a twist. It was not on the PlayStation console like the initial Kingdom Hearts. They moved it to mobile. Well, not mobile, but like handheld. Like the DS. Was it DS or was it Game Boy? I think it was initially a Game Boy Advance game. And then maybe they made a DS version. I don't know what console this was for. But eventually they re-released it for PS2 and then they re-released it again for Steam. It was initially Game Boy? Okay, thank you. I think this game was weird. This game was really, 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 really weird. The environments were all basically the same. It was a rehash of, well, it wasn't even a rehash. That's the thing that makes it weird. The initial version, if we're talking about the Game Boy one, because I did play that one was basically all new environments, just with color schemes reminiscent of the worlds that Sora had already gone through. You're going through Sora's memories, and it's drawing from those memories to do the worlds. That was like the actual lore. The gameplay itself of being card-based, I think was quite innovative. I will say, I did not like it, personally. I did not like the gameplay, but I do like the innovation they took with it, and they tried something different. I'll give it credit for that. And so I'm going to rate Chain of Memories. Oh, and they did a thing with this is the first time they did alternating stories, where it was like, hey, Sora has a route and Riku has a route. That was also cool. I don't know if many other games did stuff like that during that time frame. I do not know. But they did it in a way that it didn't feel like a complete repeat, which I think they did a good job. It was a little bit of replayability that didn't overlap nearly as much with itself, given the completely different combat styles of Riku and Sora. So they did a good job with that. I'm going to say a B. I'm going to say a B. I think it did okay. I don't think it did have story elements. It did introduce Organization 13 before we really knew what Organization 13 was. And I don't think they necessarily explained Organization 13 because they already had plans for Kingdom Hearts 2 to do that. Like 10 years or 5 years or how many times we got. Like, it's weird. It's a weird, like I said, it's a weird game. It makes more sense when you play the future games. It's one of those weird parts. Can't get past the Riku route. Yeah, I think the Riku route was out of all the games we played, it was the only one we didn't play on Critical. We did the Sora on Critical. We did everything else on Critical. We did not do Chain of Memories, the Riku route on Critical. I'm pretty sure that one we either went to normal or proud, just so we can get through it. It was rough. It was quite rough. It was harder than it needed to be. Like, for me, it's hovering between a C and a B. One of those two. But just because of the innovation they put behind it and the separating storylines that both told kind of a similar story in very different ways, I think it does deserve some praise. So I'm giving this a B. What came next after Chain of Memories? I should have ordered these. I should have ordered these. What is this? This is Memory of Melody. Kingdom Hearts 2 came next. We'll say Kingdom Hearts 2 came next. Kingdom Hearts 2, brand new engine, starts off with Roxas, right? We saw all that stuff that just happened in the Memory of Melodies recap. Starts with Roxas, comes out of the woodwork, and then we actually learn about all the different stuff that's going on. We learn about Roxas' heart. We learn about Naminé is brought back from Chain of Memories. It ties it all together. But this is also where it starts to get a little bit convoluted lore-wise with 2, right? This is when you first get an inkling that, hey, this Xehanort dude, he's doing some weird stuff. He's time traveling. This is where the lore starts going off the rails a little bit. In terms of gameplay, it was definitely an improvement over 1. Environments, improvement over 1. 2, I think it did really well building up more lore. I thought it did terribly expanding upon previous lore. but I am going to rate it an S because it was just generally an improvement over 1. It was a long-awaited game. It was long-awaited, and I think that it did do not a disservice, the opposite of disservice. It was an improvement upon the franchise. So I'm going to rate it S. I agree with both of you guys. We're going to give it an S. It was good for the game. It didn't really answer terribly much, I don't think. And it made the lore a bit messier, but overall, it was an improvement to the series. Now then, the ones that came out, I'm pretty sure at the exact same time on, again, 2 different consoles. If you notice, the Kingdom Hearts games flip-flop. It came out on the PS2, then it went to the Game Boy, then it came out on the PS3, I think. Then it went back to Game Boy and PSP specifically. I don't know if they came out at the same time or if they came... I feel like they came out at the same time on 2 different consoles, but that might have just been my misunderstanding. You think it's 3 of it? We'll do that. Honestly, this is hard to judge. This is going to be hard to judge, and I am going to be completely honest. This one I'm a bit biased on because I played this. I played it, and I remember absolutely loving it when I played it on the Game Boy. Watching the cutscenes, I think, did not actually do justice to it. But this is one of the... Of all of these games, this is the one where I felt the most character development in. It explained the organization, 13, that Kingdom Hearts 2 did not get into. It explained more about Roxas that 2 did not get into. It filled in a lot of holes of 2, while also having a different combat system than everything else. Unlike Chain of Memories, where it was like a card system, they cut it back a little bit, where it was a cube. The actual gameplay was a cubic system, where it's like, hey, you have 20 cubes, fit in the abilities that you want. And there were some special standards with that. I thought I really liked the combat system in this. If it has the sync and inventory, I love the inventory management. I thought that was a great addition to the game. Not everyone agrees with me, but honestly, I'm gonna rate this one S. This was one of my favorite Kingdom Hearts games. Like, I honestly think I like this more than 2. 2 did more for the series, but this one has a soft spot in my heart. This is why I say it's a bias, because you're right. It should be an A. I'm going to rate it as S. I love what they did with the inventory. I love how the entire game is character development. And filling in a bunch of random holes that 2 caused for itself that it couldn't be bothered to explain. And it didn't leave me necessarily wanting more either. This was a game that was like, it gave you answers and it did not add any more questions, from what I remember. Again, my memory is faulty, so it could have added more questions. I just forgot what they are. Not lower than 8 because Logs store. Like, it did good. It did good story-wise. Story-wise, it was amazing. Graphics, I don't remember what the graphics were like. It was kind of like the same graphics of Chain of Memories, but a little bit better. It was still, I think, a top-down pixel, if I'm remembering correctly. Again, I don't quite remember, but I'm rating it as S. I like 356 Days quite a bit. I liked it quite a bit. The graphics nowadays are very dated. Very, very dated. Hold on. Can I pull up 358 to graphics? Images. Wait a second. There's no way. Okay, it's worse than I thought, but okay, don't worry about the graphics were bad. Graphics are bad. Story was amazing. So it's almost the opposite of 2. 2 was great in story and gameplay. This one was great in story. You know what? Just for that, I think you're right. I'm gonna rate it an A, but I'm gonna rate it above the initial Kingdom Hearts. I love the game. I love games that actually build characters. And this is the only one of these 4 games that I honestly felt a connection with the characters. And then came Birth by Sleep. Birth by Sleep, I've played this game twice. And I'm going to be perfectly honest. I didn't realize until we started a playthrough in this last year that apparently I never finished Birth by Sleep when I played it the first time. You think it should still be S? You guys are so picky. I'm gonna move it S because I like that game. I still like that game. If I was to replay it, I'd probably have different thoughts. It is somewhere between A and S. Let's put it that way. It was a good game for different reasons than the other three. But Birth by Sleep. This was weird. It was a way to explain the universe. Birth by Sleep was a way to explain the universe. But somehow, at least for me, it did less explaining of the universe and just added more questions. Like, it explained parts of 1 that didn't need an answer. It tried to explain parts of 2, and then it added like another 20 layers of questions of like, well, okay, what does this mean? What about this? What about that? Who are the unversed? What is an unversed? Who are these extra characters or anything? And it also tried to do something that 358 Days did really well, which was like, hey, these are these characters, here are the relationships for each other, feel something about them. But I feel like it just explained the relations between all 3 of the characters terribly. Like, you're right, it had 3 different stories, they all told different things. I think it did a worse job of that than Chain of Memories, personally speaking. Like, it told 3 different stories, but it did not give care to each of the 3 stories. To me, it almost felt like they took one story and split it into 3 rather than doing 2 separate stories. And so that, I don't know, this game made me way more confused. If it was me of the past, I would have rated this as C. But now that we've played through it a second time, I'm a little bit older. I understand things a little bit clearer. It is not a C. It is definitely above Chain of Memories. I don't know if it's above Kingdom Hearts, the initial. I do not know. Like, to me, this game still is like weird to me. I think it had a lot of potential, and it just failed on that potential. I did not like the combat in this. I did not like the way the controls felt. I felt like the story was half-assed, or not half-assed, but half it got cut out. That's what it felt like. Posture check? Oh, I'm so sorry, I missed that. The more mad I get talking about this, the more I'm slouching. For me, personally, I'm going to rate it a B. I felt like it could. Can I move these? There we go. Better than Chain of Memories, like significantly better than Chain of Memories. But I would not put it in the same league as Kingdom Hearts, the initial one. The controls sucked. The story had promise. The characters have promise, but it did not explain the character relationships well. And it just raised more questions because they introduced stuff without explaining it. They introduced this entire Keyblade Academy, didn't explain it. They introduced 3 characters. Why do they care about each other? I have no idea. They started to explain a couple characters and they just didn't finish. It just felt like an incomplete game to me. It really did. I feel like this game, they put more effort into the multiplayer section of it, the multiplayer combat section, and the stupid mini games than they did any other game, than like anything else. And you know, you guys remember the mini games, right? A little bit. The arena, well, that doesn't exist anymore. We couldn't do that. But like, there was that weird Monopoly board game to get shot locks. There was the weird level up system of fusing things for RNG of better stuff. Like most of the handheld games, innovative, yes. But this one, just like Chain of Memories, I was not a fan of that innovation. It felt rushed. Yeah, like, at the very least, I think we could all agree, it felt pretty rushed. It had potential. But maybe the development was just not on the same level as 2 and 1 because of the fact it was a handheld game. I do not know. But to me, that entire game in a nutshell, which the only thing I can really say is it felt rushed. After that game, what came after that? Was it Union X? No, I think it was Recoded came next. Recoded, I completed. I played through this one again on the handheld. It was Recoded? Thank you, thank you. I played this on the handheld, and then we watched the cutscenes of it. And what did it tell us? absolutely jack. The entire premise of the game was like, hey, reminder, you talked to Naminé in Chain of Memories and 2. Reminder she exists. Oh, also, you have multiple hearts inside you, Sora. But Sora doesn't learn this. Mickey learns this. Riku learns this. Sora is never told any of this. This has no impact on Sora or the plot whatsoever, other than establishing, oh, we can get information out of data. That was it. I hated Recoded. I think the combat system was okay. The combat system was reminiscent of 358 Days to an extent. But I think the game, lore-wise, added absolutely nothing. The combat was absolutely nothing. It almost felt like a reskin 358 Days to me personally, but with like a reskin of like 1. It was weird. I did not like it. When I was playing it, I beat this. I never beat this. I don't know what happened there. I think I was already in my phase where I did not like going through games a second time, and so I only finished 1 round of Birth by Sleep. I didn't bother with the other characters. But this one just makes me mad. Even after watching all of the cutscenes, we didn't learn anything. This game could just not exist whatsoever and would have 0 impact on the story at all. All these other ones have at least some impact on the story. This one had nothing. It was nothing. It was, I mean, you put it yourself, right? It was just filler. It was just a game to put out so people did not forget about the franchise. It was 358 and Birth by Sleep combination. It could have been. I don't remember enough about what the combat was. I know in my head I related to 358 Days. I do not remember what they took by Birth by Sleep. I would not be surprised. It was another handheld though, so it probably was just like, again, a rush to get something out, and they did not feel like making an original story. So this, to me, when I played through this, both the first and watching it the cutscene second time, it felt like just like, hey, we're going through 1 again, but with worse graphics and worse gameplay. I hated this game. I hated this game with a passion. I still hate I still hate it. It had the BBS command menu combat. Oh, I didn't like that combat either. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's very fair. Okay, and after that, I'm pretty sure after Recoded, that's when we get to the, what does that say? I don't know what this says. I'm going to assume this is the Uninex. I'm going to assume this is the icon for Uninex, because I did not put anything else up here. This one is hard for me. I never played Uninex. I think the graphics itself are very unique. I know nothing about the gameplay. This is another weird one. Because, like, while it does not have any relevance to the main plot, it doesn't have any relevance to the main plot. Like, this game, another one, it could really not exist, and you'd be okay with it. But the amount of lore it actually added to the Kingdom Hearts universe was absolutely phenomenal. It talked about the origin of Keyblades, the origin of Keyblade wielders, the origin of light and dark, and the struggles that it explained about the Book of Prophecies, the Master of Masters. There was so much lore crammed into this. There was almost more lore crammed into this game than there was Kingdom Hearts, like the initial Kingdom Hearts that actually set up the universe. And the worst part is they never made a game for it. I mean, there was a game, but it was Japan only, and only existed for a singular year. And then they cut it. No more. It was a mobile gacha game. It was so much lore. Like, if it had a game that could still be played today, I would put it in A. But, like, it doesn't have a game. That's the thing that annoys me the most about Unit X. Is, like, there is no way to get that experience anymore. There is absolutely no way to get... Was it ever in the US? I don't remember that. Okay, so maybe there was a US version at some point. But, like, this game, I felt was like, they added so much lore. It should be part of the main franchise, like Birth by Sleep was. And I feel like they just like, nah, never mind. We're hiding it in Japan. We're hiding it in Japan. So I don't even know what to say for this. Actually, I'm gonna change this. Recoded is a C. I'm putting this down here. This game, I feel like just got the butt end of the stick. Like, I feel like the game could be really, really good if it still existed. but it doesn't. This game I'm just confused on. It needed so much more attention than it actually got for it to fit in properly. That's my honest takes on it. So I don't even know what to think about it. I feel like it needed a lot more attention. Unlike Birth by Sleep that felt finished, this one felt like it came and gone way too fast. In like the actual like timeline of our world. I don't know what to think about it. If I actually was able to play the game, I would have a different opinion, I'm sure. But I can't, because it was in Japan. Maybe there is an offline version. I have no idea. I think it was removed before offline versions became a thing. Maybe there's a jailbroken version. I have no idea. I want to play it. This is a game I actually do want to play, but I don't even know how to go about it. And I don't even know if I could stream it if I was to find it. So this one, I'm not too sure. Another one that I feel like has a lot of potential, but I don't know what to think about that potential. Then came Dream Drop Distance. This one added a couple interesting combat things, right? It added the pet system, the level up system. It added the is this the one where they added links, or were links always a thing? I think links were always a thing. But it added the like flow motion, which a lot of people really, really like the flow motion. I didn't use the flow motion too much, but like, I think the flow motion was a very cool addition to everything. In terms of lore, this game, I played it once. I've played this game twice, and it still confuses me very, very much. I'm going to be honest. Like, this is basically my explanation, if I was to explain Dream Drop Distance, is that Sora and Riku took the Mark of Mastery test, and Sora got lost. He got lost, ended up being corrupted by darkness, and then Riku saved him, and then Riku became a master. That is this game in a nutshell. But like, this is also the game where now I know they were alluding to Sora already losing himself because of some time shenanigans that Sora and even us weren't aware of at the time. This game was just weird. I didn't like it. I did not like Dream Drop Distance. I think the pets were interesting. I thought they took way too much effort. Like, normally these games are just like, I need to put this down for a second. Like, they're just like, hey, you level up, you get abilities, you get stuff. This game, it's that, but then it's also like, you also need to level up your pets and level up their stats and feed them. It was like a weird forced Neopets edition into a game that was just so detracted and weirdly convoluted. Because it was a mobile game, they focused on replayability than they did the actual story. It fell into a same kind of situation as Birth by Sleep did, where, again, they focus on replayability and not the actual game itself. So I'm gonna rate this for myself somewhere along the lines of Birth by Sleep. It was a more complete game by Birth by Sleep, but I think Birth by Sleep, all things considered, did actually add more to the franchise. The pets had all abilities and commands too, yeah, and you had to equip a specific pet to get specific abilities. There was no way to, you couldn't min-max it. You could definitely min-max it, but it took a ridiculous amount of time and like grinding. Possibly more so than any other game in existence in the franchise. It was weird the amount of grinding we had to do for a silly little doggo, like, pet. I didn't like Dream Drop Distance. I thought the gameplay had portions I liked, parts I didn't like. But it was just the fact that the story was so weird that I just can't get behind it. Unit X has more grinding. That's exactly what I mean, where it's like if I played this, I might have a different opinion than Unit X. But this had a significant amount of world building. This did not. The only thing that this game taught me was that, oh yeah, apparently Sora was close to falling in the darkness and Riku saved him. Well, okay. And? And? Oh. Dream Drop Distance was weird. It was almost a struggle to get myself the motivation to stream that game, if I'm being completely honest. Are we at time again? We're at time again for a minute. I can rage a little bit more. It's okay. But yeah, if there's one thing I've learned from all the Kingdom Hearts games, the normal games, like the main franchise games, the ones that are on the consoles, 1, 2, actually, it was all 1 and 2, now that I think about it. 1 and 2 were the only ones on consoles. Everything else was a mobile game. Or a handheld. I keep calling it mobile. Mobile and handheld. This was a mobile. All the handheld games did try to make themselves different by, like, with a different type of gameplay. It honestly felt like if Square Enix needed to experiment with it for a new combat system for one of their mainstay games, it tried it through the Kingdom Hearts franchise, one of their handhelds. And so Kingdom Hearts feels like more of a testing grounds for Square Enix than it did an actual franchise. That's kind of how the games came across to me, in terms of how spread across they were on multiple mediums and all the different gameplay controls. It definitely came as more like, hey, we want a new system for Final Fantasy. We don't know what to do. Let's test out with Kingdom Hearts and see how it's received. Come back. But yeah, it definitely felt like Kingdom Hearts was a testing ground. That's my personal take. It was weird how Square Enix choose to treat Kingdom Hearts. Because it was like, hey, normal console, brand new combat system, brand new combat system, brand new combat, new combat. It honestly felt like a testing grounds for every one of their other games. And they would just get money regardless because it was part of Disney. They didn't mind if the series flopped or not. I mean, obviously, if you're a game dev, you want the games to go well. But this definitely felt like they were just testing stuff for other games. And that's why we have so much variety in actual gameplay controls and everything. Unit X definitely has Yumi comeback. I'm not surprised. All right, what came after all of these? You heading to bed, Productions? Thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. After these, we came across Fragmentary Passage. I had no idea this game existed until I purchased our big Kingdom Hearts bundle. I had no idea this game even existed. And honestly, I was told that this game was a demo of the system they were developing for Kingdom Hearts 3. And I'm gonna be honest, I really liked Fragmentary Passage. Like, it might be for unexplainable reasons. Honestly, no, I take that back. I liked it for the same reasons that I liked 358 Days. I keep changing the name of this because I keep forgetting it. It's just numbers. It's almost a year. I think I liked it for the same reason I like 358 Days. Is that it focused more on character development than anything else. Obviously, the graphics were astonishing. Maybe not as solidified as they ended up in 3, but the graphics were really, really good. It almost felt like they ripped the graphics from some of their other Final Fantasy franchises over to Kingdom Hearts, which is what the opposite of what it felt like for all the other games, where they tested something in Kingdom Hearts and then ripped it over to Final Fantasy, but better. This one actually felt like, hey, we're actually putting care and love into the franchise. This one I'm rating very, very high. Actually, I'm going to swap these two around just because I really like this. I really like any games that develop the characters. Amazing. And those are the only two games, 358 Days and Fragmentary Passage. They are the only two games that actually did deep dives into characters and their personalities and their relationships. Everything else was just kind of like easygoing, flowing, and then, oh, question comes up. Oh, yeah, no, we have this relationship. We're going to tell you, we're not going to show you. These legit showed you. It showed you Aqua's traumas. It showed you why Roxas was connected to Axel. It showed you their friendship and how they came so close. It was astounding. It was a short game. Even it had a fun feature that was never featured again, which was the costume system, the dress-up system that they did for Aqua. Was it stupid? Yeah, it was stupid. Did they try it? Yeah, they tried it. But it wasn't forced. Unlike the other games, the dress-up system in Fragmentary Passage was just a complete bonus. Do achievements, get funny hats. And I thought that was great. I do not know which one of these are two are my favorite games. These are definitely my favorite games in the entire series. I cannot tell you which one I liked more. This one was definitely a lot more character building. This one, the graphics were astounding. I think the graphics were much more pronounced in fragmentary patches. They ended up being in 3 because they were incomplete. There was a little bit more of a divide, so there's more contrast of what you should be focusing on. Whereas this, they toned down a little bit just so it all kind of like blended in together to make it give a coercive experience. I like the contrast in Fragmentary Passage quite a bit when it came to the way the worlds are designed. Yeah, the costume system was fun, right? It was surprisingly fun. I understand why they can't... No, I was gonna say I understand why they can't do it for Kingdom Hearts and Sora, but I think people just want to dress up a cute girl. They don't necessarily want to dress up like a child. Sora, for all intents and purposes, is a child. Someone had said it last stream. He's no older than 17. With a brain of someone maybe a year or two younger because he was in a coma for a year as well. But, like, I really like Fragmentary Passage. I really, really did. And then comes 3. And then comes 3. And this game... I don't even know where to think about 3. 3 had amazing graphics. It had amazing gameplay. Just like every other Kingdom Hearts game, though, which isn't necessarily a flaw, but it had a significant amount of, like, combat style you could actually, like, choose to do, and a lot you could ignore. Like, we got through critical mode on just spellcasting, grand magic, and melee attacks. But, and this is a big but, for those of you who remember, we disabled at least half of our combat options through pro merit control stuff. We disabled all limits. We had disabled all attractions. We disabled all items. So we're missing half of the options for our combat, and I still think it was amazing. It almost had too many options. It was too many options for me, so I limited it. So I can't give it a demerit. I remember when I was playing it the first time, though, it would constantly give me pop-ups for attractions, and attractions took me out of the combat so much. I think 3 was much better without the attraction mechanic. But the fact I could disable it was fine. So that's, you know what, that's fine. And we want a 30-euro pizza? I'll take it. Pizza's always good. Kingdom Hearts would be an S to you, but brought back the Kingdom Hearts 2 movie, so it brings it down to an A. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I think they did a lot of good things with 3, but they did a lot of bad things with 3 too. Like, if you thought... This is the weird part for me when it comes to Kingdom Hearts 3. This is the weird part where it was more complete. It definitely gave more of a coercive experience than Birth by Sleep, which felt like it was cut short. But at the same time, it almost feels like they tossed all of the lore out of the window and then just brought it back for the final finale and then the DLC. The DLC did not need to exist. The DLC felt like the secret ending, but it wasn't. It was DLC, which is weird. Like, Kingdom Hearts 3 was good, but I really wish they did more. It really felt like they had a change in path. Like, all of these were telling a story. Kingdom Hearts 3 felt like it was just a game that they needed to apply story to. It was a weird disconnect, in a way. So, like, the graphics were good, gameplay was good. I thought the story in 3 was really just not good. I thought the story in 3 was terrible. I liked the direction the story went. I thought the way it was told was absolutely atrocious. That's why I think that's why I'm going to rate it higher than Birth by Sleep, because it was a better looking game and it was a better game experience. But the lore is worse. It's not as cohesive as Kingdom Hearts 1 or any of these other ones. The thing I'm noticing is that the lore really makes or break these games for me. Because ideally for a game, you want either really good gameplay with lore to support it, or really good lore with just a decent gameplay to support it. This one was definitely heavily leaning on gameplay to support the entire game. You could tell. You could tell. Even the recap we just watched from Memories of Melody was like, yeah, Sora went to Olympus and he learned that he should protect his friends. He went to Toy Story and he remembered that even inanimate objects can have a heart. It's like, these are stupid lessons. They're really grasping for straws here. The lore was just weird in 3. It was really weird. Kingdom Hearts 3 is supposed to be the end of the Xehanort series, but it felt rushed. It felt rushed. Like, it's almost like I've seen this. This is just a theory, so don't like take this fully my word for it. But it really felt like they were trying to get through the game while having disagreements with Disney. Disney wanted something to be done. Square Enix wanted a different thing to be done, but they still need to put out a game. And so they started developing levels without the Square Enix input. And they were kind of intending to throw Square Enix content back into the game. But by that point, it had already been like, what, 8-10 years? And there's like, hey, we just need to get the game out. Forget about your parts, just load it into the end. Rather than feeling like it was like ran out of time, it felt more like the fact that there was just disagreements on the development front. And I think that was glaringly true, or very glaringly visible for the Frozen level, where it's, hey, you're in an ice castle, but it's not the ice castle, it's Larxine's electromagnetized ice castle that apparently she has the ability to do, which she doesn't because they just needed a reason for the ice castle to exist that wasn't Elsa. Not to mention that's the only stage that did not have a distinct villain. It wasn't even like, you saw them at the very, very end. The entire stage of Frozen was just going up a tower, trying to talk to Elsa, getting knocked down, go try to talk to Elsa, go back down, start to go back. Oh, look, Elsa's being kidnapped. Oh, but look, the kidnapper of Elsa isn't actually a Heartless. A Heartless was possessing him, and then you fight the person that possessed him. That was all the last 10 minutes of that stage. When we got a villain. There was no villain in that except for the last 10 minutes. It was weird. It was super weird. The story in 3 fell apart quite heavily. It fell apart quite heavily. But the gameplay and the graphics did hold up the entire game. If it wasn't for the graphics and the gameplay being so good, it would drop down quite a bit. But they did do quite a good job with those two, so I'm rating it an A. Yeah, the boss fight was fine. Like, the boss fight was fine, but there was no reason that boss fight need to exist. It was just weird. The boss came out of left field. Like, it was, I don't know how to explain it. The boss fight itself was cool, but it had no relation to anything that happened in that world. And that's what bothers me. You're playing tier list? Love that game, right? Amazing. And then we have the last game. The last game that we just saw the credits for. Not the credits, the cutscenes for. I can't speak on... Uh-oh. Go back down. Go back down. Okay, we're putting it down here for a second. We're moving it, don't worry. I don't know what I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting with Memory of Melodies. But it was a recap. It was a recap of all of these games. Except this one, which apparently is not important enough to recap. But that was also another weird thing. It didn't recap this. The one that was the most lore-intensive one. They decided, nope, we're forgetting you exist. Heckin' weird. But it did do a recap. Granted, it wasn't a full recap. It was a short 3-minute recap on every game. But I think that it suits its name, Memory of Melodies. I think it did that job fairly solidly. And then there was the ending. The actual 20 minutes of what happened to Kairi at the end of 3. Kind of. Right. Because in 3, with the DLC specifically, which I don't agree was supposed to be a DLC, I thought that should have been actual gameplay. But no, they made it a DLC. Whatever. It's a continuation of that, where Kairi was in a coma for a year. it finally gives you the answer, granted, a very short answer of, hey, how did Kairi go from Radiant Garden all the way over to Destiny Islands? My best guess was what someone else had said, and in that, oh, when Aqua blessed Kairi, it saved her and brought her to Destiny Islands. Apparently, it was Xehanort who kidnapped Kairi and shot her heart off to space, which eventually ended up in Destiny Islands with her quote-unquote chosen one. Chosen one, which was Sora, and that's how she ended up there. It wasn't even Sora. It was supposed to be Riku, right? Because Sora never had a Keyblade. Sora stole Riku's Keyblade. So she was actually there for Riku. Wait a second. I'm going crazy. Memory of Melody doesn't recap Unit because Kairi wasn't alive to witness. You say that, but it did recap Birth by Sleep. She wasn't alive. No, she was technically, she was in this game. Even if it's for a brief second. But that is a fair point though, Dead Goggles. You make a very strong point there. But I will say that, like, in terms of, like, I can't speak on the gameplay of this. I don't play rhythm games. I've never particularly been good at rhythm games. So gameplay, whoop, out the window. It's a rhythm game, whoop, graphics out the window. So from a story standpoint, the 20-minute story that was unique, I thought it was very good information. I thought the story that it gave us was very, very good information. I do not think it needed to be its own game. And this is kind of what I was saying on, was it yesterday or was it earlier today? Honestly, I forgot. Where it feels like they have an entire story, like, animated, and then they somehow just decide, hey, this one section, let's just cut it off and turn it into a game of its own. I think this game needed to exist. I think the cutscenes of this need to exist. I don't necessarily agree with putting it in this type of game, but I don't think it was worthless information either. It was good information. I do agree with having a recap of all the different games as well. I don't necessarily think it needed to be its own separate game though. I'm going to put this... I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put this above Chain of Memories. It didn't really add too much. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to have it below Chain of Memories, low B. Low B, low B. Only because I can't really judge the story. Or I can't really judge the gameplay. It was something that needed to exist. It was something that needed to exist, but I feel like making an entire game for it just needing to exist was a weird choice. Other than, you know, milking the franchise value. She was there for them both because Aqua was giving to Sora, but Terra already gave this to Riku. Yeah. But Aqua never gave hers to Sora. You're right, she was going to. Terra gave it to Riku. And so it's like, okay, Sora, you don't get my power. And then, oh! Wait. Something just occurred to me. Does that mean that Aqua gave Kairi the Keyblade power, even though she was somehow a Princess of Light? And Sora took Riku's power, and Riku fell in the darkness just by coincidence, and got his own Keyblade of Darkness. I don't know. The lore is weird when it gets to this stuff. But I am going to rate it a B. I can't speak to the gameplay. The gameplay might be really, really good. Raine would be able to speak on this more than I can. But at least from the story elements, I don't think it needed to be a separate game. I don't think it needed to be a separate game, but they did make it a separate game. Actually, debating, let me take a look at something. Depending if it's a C or a B, I'm going to look up the price. What is the price of this game? Melody of Memories. What is the price of this? 2020? Oh, that was 5 years ago. How much does it cost? I would like to know the cost. Select your country. Stop it. Decline. Digital edition, physical edition. I don't know. United States. Sure. What's the cost? Oh my god. Just bring me somewhere. What systems is it on? It's on the Switch and PlayStation. That's fine. $30. Okay. All things considered, $30 for this type of game, I think is a good. I think that's a deal. $30 for Memory Melody. If it was $50, that goes straight down to a C. Not worth it. $30? Okay, I think it's worth $30 for a silly little rhythm game. I think it's worth it. Listener Ansem gave Riku his. It was something like that, yeah. I think it was Ansem. Someone had told me that the eye in Riku's sword was based off of Ansem's or Xehanort's own Keyblade with the Eye of the Masters that was in that Keyblade. The Master of Masters still confuses me lately. Like this lore confuses me more than anything. I'm dying. I think this ends up being our tier list though. I honestly do. I don't know about A, but I think this is pretty much our tier list. I really liked Fragmentary Passage and 358 Days just because the deep dive they did into the characters and the relationships. I really like all the stuff they added into 2, and it was still a very cohesive experience. It did break a little bit of lore. Well, not break lore. It did make the lore much more convoluted, but it wasn't that bad until other games tried to explain it. Yeah, the Master is just a troll. He's just around to be, he's literally just there to be confusing. Kingdom Hearts 1, I still think is a very, very good game for its time. It's definitely aged. I'll give it that. It's definitely aged quite a bit. And Kingdom Hearts 3, I think it was a very big improvement on gameplay and graphics, but I think the lore fell off a heckin' cliff. Birth by Sleep, I wish they had more time and love they put into it. Dream Dog's Distance, the combat style, there wasn't much lore in this, I don't feel like, and it just confused me more. And then the gameplay was just kind of missed. Chain of Memories, it had better lore than Dream Dog Distance, but the gameplay was just too infuriating. But they did do the separate character routes better than Birth by Sleep did. And then this was just a silly rhythm game for $30 that I think was, honestly, it was worth it. It's cheap, it's fine. And then there's Recoded, which was a full-priced game that added absolutely nothing to the franchise. This one I will always have hate for. And then there was, this one that we don't really know. It has so much lore, cutscenes don't tell us nearly enough of what we need to know about this game or how it ties into everything else. This game was too much lore. Way too much lore that we can never have answers to because the game is cut. And that's our tier list. And when we get 4, it'll either probably be an amazing S tier or it might be a B tier. That's my assumptions. I don't think it'll be an A. I think they've learned from the mistake. Like 3 was a travesty for lore. I think they've realized that. I really hope that they've learned from this for 4. Granted, the director of Kingdom Hearts is going to change, or it did already change. So that's going to be a weird one to see. It's either going to be an improvement on of what the previous game failed to do, or it is going to be another travesty because they go in a complete different direction that favors Disney more heavily, and they just do that for the entirety game, in which case it's another just whatever game. Time will tell. Time will tell, but that's our tier list. That's Kingdom Hearts 1 done. Yay! We did it! Kingdom Hearts is complete. I put some thinking. Honestly, the game is like 100 hours easily just off grinding. You didn't have money and cutscenes were the most important of the game. They were the most part of the game. I see. Yeah, for anything mobile, I expect a lot of grinding. I'm never sure how much, but I expect it to have a lot of cutscenes. Because like the cutscenes just told us, hey, these characters exist. There was a war. It got out of hand. And it's like, okay, what were the characters' relations to each other? Who was the protagonist? Who are these little fuzzy looking things? How does it relate to Ventus? That's nothing that ever explained was how Charmony related to Ventus. That was never explained. Or at least not yet. Other than they had a connection. But I wish I had more. But I've been doing some thinking. I've been putting some thoughts into it. I've also put some money into it. The next series of games we're going to start on the weekends is going to be... It was explained where? The only thing I remember was 3 saying, oh, I have a friend, he doesn't remember me. I don't remember Ventus coming out of it was never mentioned him coming out of the Uninex world that I'm aware of. Unless there was a cutscene I missed. I might have to look into that. But we are going to henceforth start what is it called? Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X-2. 10.2, 10x2, 10-2, 10.2. It is a perfect game for summer, and I never finished it because I rage quit it many years ago. So that'll be a treat. We finally get to play Blitzball, and just in time for the summer. That'll probably kill us because of heat stroke and outside people. I did get into an argument with my dad earlier today about, he said I needed to go out and do something for summer. I was like, okay, bet. What if I just brought summer indoors instead? And so that's what we're doing. We're going to bring summer indoors with some good old, very funny looking beach ball. And so we're going to be starting Final Fantasy X next weekend. That'll be a treat. It's the, it'll be the remastered version. I don't know what that means, but I'm assuming it means updated graphics. I don't know if the game's changed all that much. But that will do it for our Kingdom Hearts journey, at least until the next one comes out or something happens that I feel like I should have done. In that case, maybe we'll come back to it. Like, if I find a way to do this on stream, maybe. Dark Road, I probably am just throwing it out the window. I don't necessarily care too much about it. The basic answer is Chimneys is Ben's Dream Eater. Yeah, if there was a cutscene that explained that, I don't remember that happening at all. That's okay. Either way, that's our stream for the day. Woo! We did it. All the Kingdom Hearts complete. Can I do the celebrate again? Yay! We did it. It only took me. It took me like 9 months to get through every Kingdom Hearts game. To be fair, I think we did take a break for like 2 months or something. So 7 months more or less. Goodness gracious. But yeah, we did it. That's our stream. Good job, everyone. All right. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. Until the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. Toodles.